Welcome to Personal Nirvana, a podcast about mental health, psychedelics, and this modern world. Your hosts, Dr. Marcel Green and John Biggs, will explore the latest in psychiatry, medicine, and healing from a no-nonsense point of view. Dr. Green specializes in interventional psychiatry and has degrees from Columbia University and the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, while John Biggs is a reporter and author with a focus on technology. Together, they hope to tear down the walls between you and your personal nirvana.
I'm John Biggs, and I'm here with Marcel Green, Dr. Marcel Green, who I met not long ago doing a Keep Going podcast, and we've decided to come together in a sort of Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla style thing, where I'm the dumb guy, and Dr. Green is the smart guy. Welcome, Dr. Green, Marcel. Tell us about what you're working on, and tell us why people should listen to this thing.
Absolutely, and pleasure to be here. So I am a New York City-based psychiatrist, both adult and child psychiatrist. I practice what's called interventional mental health. That includes traditional mental health, psychiatric care, so medications and therapy, but also I'm at the forefront of ketamine and this reintroduction of psychedelics into medicine and society, generally speaking. So I run a ketamine service. I also run a transcranial magnetic stimulation service, which is a form of what's called neuromodulation. We are using external stimulus to modulate brain function, which has applications in mental health. I run that service, as well as a procedure, a nerve block procedure called a stellate ganglion block, which is a short procedure that can significantly improve physical anxiety symptoms, things like panic attacks, or just general tension that we carry around operating in a tense professional and general climate in our society right now. And so I also practice on the holistic end. And so I help people formulate treatments that go beyond traditional medications to ensure optimization of diet, supplements if applicable. And generally, I help people structure their lives to get out of a hole and to move in the direction of general mental health optimization.
Okay, so I think that it's going to be important to explain why we're here. I think, from my viewpoint, I'm a journalist. I'm writing a book on psychedelics, specifically psychedelic mushrooms. Just got a contract for that, and I'm super scared. I'm a dummy when it comes to this kind of stuff. I can research all day long, and I can produce content, which is what this kind of thing is. But I think it was vital for a guy like you, Marcel, to tell the world, like, okay, well, first off, there's a lot of weird and cool stuff happening in the world of psychiatry, psychology, and there's also a lot of weird and bad stuff happening that's causing a lot of stuff to happen to our brains that we're not really enjoying. I mean, I've been massively depressed. I think psychedelics helped me to a degree that's almost miraculous, which is why I'm kind of like I want to spread the word, but I'm really afraid. You have the experience to tell the world how all this stuff works, whereas I have had the first-hand experience of going through this and coming out the other end sort of changed. What happens in your practice? Tell us about your practice and what kind of folks you're seeing right now, especially who are going for ketamine therapies and for alternative therapies, psychedelics, et cetera.
Absolutely. So first, I wanted to really answer the question of why I'm here and what value I think I can kind of bring to this space. So in clinical practice, what I'm seeing is that our tools, old, traditional, well-researched, and quite frankly effective tools, incompletely effective, but the best we have in terms of what science has to offer through the medical model to address mental health concerns, they're good, but overall insufficient to meet the moment. And so...
And that's talk therapy and I don't know, SSRIs and stuff, right?
Correct, our medications. And so the way I describe them to my patients is that these are tools, framing these as tools. And so you must select the right tool to meet a challenge. However, you also need more than just a tool. You need the skill of the operator. You need to do just a lot more. So why I'm here is because in my practice, I am feeling the frustration from my patients regarding why the incomplete effectiveness of these tools. And I'm often in a position to really brainstorm with patients what else we can do. How can we go beyond these tools to really address mental health concerns? Regarding psychedelics, I'm just going to say that I think that psychedelics are one of, if not the most powerful mental health tool that is in our toolkit as mental health clinicians. It is extremely exciting to be a part of this. I've seen, I've helped others, and through personal experience myself, this is truly a transformational mental health tool. And I'm excited to be at the forefront. And so in terms of value that I can provide, I can be at the forefront of letting people know just how powerful this tool is. As a clinician, I do hear from people all the time that there's a hesitation. We have a certain relationship to drugs in this country. And so that association makes people hesitant to step forward in what truly is a transformational tool. And I actually think that psychedelics can transform society if shepherded the right way. So that's one of the reasons I'm here. Also,
Okay, so
what I see is
we're going to start with Manhattan, and then we're going to spread out to the rest of the world.
Absolutely. Another reason I'm here is, again, people are hungry to go beyond the Western medicine's view of mental health and this term holistic and what it means. Now, there's a lot of snake oil salesmen trying to convince us what it means, and people come to my office, quite frankly, not knowing what to believe. And so hopefully I hope to be a clarifying voice to really communicate what is it, how can it work, perhaps what doesn't work, what's hype, just really separating what's hype from what's actual in terms of what's possible. So that's some of the reasons why I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this will be cool. I think this is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I think it's vital. One of the benefits of having somebody like you on is that you're at the forefront of this research, and plus I think we both know enough people that we want to bring on. So I think in the future, I think our plan is to bring on guests. We're going to talk to guests. I want you to lecture for hours and hours as well, because I think that'd be cool for everybody. And I also want to do Q&As. So if you have any questions, you can basically just email. For now, it'll just be john@biggs.cc. If you have any questions that you wanted to ask Marcel, or not myself, even though I'm useless, but I'm going to try to be the dumb guy who asks the silly questions. We talked before about like this ennui that everybody's feeling, this like real depression that everybody's feeling. And what do you think is happening right now with folks that you're working with? Is it, you said post-capitalism, you said some kind of dystopian world that we're entering or something like that? Do you think all that's really that is hurting us that much?
So first, I just want to also say that I'm the dumb guy too, so I'm not going to pretend to be the expert on everything.
Come on,
however,
you have a doctorate, and you're squirting ketamine up people's noses with the full weight of the law behind you. I'm over here holding on to a very small baggie of mushrooms and maybe taking one every couple days. It's a different. We're talking from you're up there, I'm down here, but that's fine. That's 100%. I love it, because then we can converse.
Absolutely, and so I qualify by just saying that. But I mean, I do. I'm an avid reader. I do enjoy reading about history. I do enjoy reading about how societies have evolved, risen, and fallen, and all of that helps me to try to contextualize the moment, which effectively helps me do my job better. So when people are telling me that they're carrying attention, but they can't point to things in their lives, actually one way of framing it that I often hear is that I don't know why I feel this way. I'm doing everything, and it seems right, everything that I'm supposed to do, but I don't feel satisfied with my life circumstance. This is probably the primary concern that people are relaying to me in one form or another. And so I am in the position to really hear how people are conveying that to me, and I am seeing some commonality of the sentiment. And so what I've read is that the information age, technological changes, the disruptions that these are causing socially, economic changes, overall, it seems like things have moved so fast in the last 40 years that it's disorienting, and that's playing out mental health wise. I also think that I use this term cautiously, but I do understand it as a spiritual crisis, even for people who are not religion. I'm talking about their sense of self, their sense of intrinsic value, their sense or understanding of what role they have to play, both as a community member, as a family member, as a member of society, and as a world citizen. I'm seeing crises, people effectively relaying to me in the language of depression and anxiety, this level of existential concern. And so to me, these forces are contributing. And so, I also hope to add some value to that conversation to understand it and really forge solutions.
I mean, I think coming at this from a standpoint of a tech reporter, we're in a position where we have so much information and so much content and so much just junk bombarding us on a daily basis. I call it like digital davening. It's almost like a prayer. You have to hit your Instagram, and you hit your whatever your messenger, then you check all these other things, and it's this constant endorphin rush. And we don't get any pleasure from daily experiences. But also, to a degree, I think there's also sort of a hedonistic aspect to a lot of the psychedelic stuff, a lot of the psychedelic work that is off-putting to people, because it's like this Burning Man stuff. Let's run around in our underwear in the desert for a week. It sounds fun, but I got stuff to do. The dog needs to be walked. So there's this push and pull that we're facing, which is, I think, very frustrating for a lot of people. I mean, but do you think we could all just end up like, I don't know, go live on the side of a mountain with a bunch of sheep in a little hut, like some Paulo Coelho kind of the situation? What do you is that what we want?
Well, it's interesting because that is a challenge, and to be honest, that's one of the benefits of working with the psychedelic aspects or qualities of ketamine. So not a true psychedelic, but psychedelic properties at low doses, in the sense that it can be used in a shorter time frame. So not everyone has 12 hours to lie around in the jungle to explore, the depths of their life and to change it. So, with ketamine, we can do this level of deep work within a contracted time frame, usually an hour, hour and a half. So it's awesome. So it is conducive. So no, I don't necessarily have to be hesitant about trying psychedelics because it's associated with these other things. And my goal actually is to help people to really understand how to create their personal nirvana within their life circumstance. So not everybody can go off the grid. Not everybody can go live in paradise. What can we do right now in your life circumstance, regardless of what it is, to find your own personal nirvana? I know that's possible. That's the type of work I do. I try to align with people to get a sense of where they're at and how to create the personal paradise. And so I think that should be the goal, as opposed to these pie in the sky dreams. I mean, if you can achieve it, great. I actually want to go live in one of the smaller Hawaiian islands forever, but I'm stuck in New York City. So how do I maximize this?
Well, you're technically living on an island too. I mean, even if you're out in Brooklyn, you're on an island. So it's just, we just don't have any. We can't pick like a guava off the tree or whatever and then go surfing. I guess you could. It's just going to be chilly. All right, so let's close up this episode. With that said, I want to do Q&As. If you have any Q&As, just contact us. John@biggs.cc is my email. If you have any questions, we'd love to bring on callers as well, if that's possible. It's going to be a little bit. We're feeling this out, and then we're going to bring on some great guests, and we're also just going to chat for as long as we can, because I think this is a vital thing. I really enjoyed your viewpoints when we talked first, Marcel, and I think this is going to be valuable for everybody.
Looking forward to it. Very excited to be here, and I invite not only questions but challenges.
All right, excellent. All right, so tune in for the next episode, and we'll get this thing started. We'll light this candle, as it were.
to this episode of Personal Nirvana. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thanks for listening, and we hope you'll join us on the next episode of Personal Nirvana.